Okay, so this will be Chapter 6, Problem 10. And I'm just going to cut and paste that info in for you. Sorry, there's a lot of it, but it's a little bigger problem. And while you're typing that in, I'll read the problem. Carpet Plus sells and installs floor covering for commercial buildings. Brad Sweeney, a Carpet Plus account exec, was just awarded the contract for 5 jobs. Brad must now assign a Carpet Plus install crew to each of the 5 jobs. Because the commission Brad will earn depends on the profit Carpet Plus makes, determine. Brad would like to determine, sorry, I did everything turned off for a second, an assignment that will minimize total installation costs. Currently, 5 installation crews are available for assignment. Each crew is identified by a color code, which aids in tracking of job process on a large whiteboard. The following table shows the costs in hundreds of dollars for each crew to complete each of the 5 jobs. So once again, each of the crews is made up of a different combination of people that are more or less effective depending on the job. So these 5 columns up here are the jobs, these are the crews, and this is the time for completion. And does it say whether this is an hour? Oh no, this is the cost in hundreds of dollars for completion. It says develop a network representation of the problem. That's what we're in the process of doing. Formulate and solve a linear programming model to determine the minimum cost assignment. So now we're going to set up minimum. What's that?
So the economy's team is the most effective, right, team?
Are their costs the lowest?
Or it's the high, wait, so we're trying to minimize, or?
Yeah, we're going to minimize. Cost. So we'll do what we've been doing before. We're going to take all of this, highlight it. I'm going to pop down here to row 9, paste it, highlight all of those, delete, and then color them yellow. All right, then we need to sum each of these rows, just like we've been doing. Auto sum, highlight the row, then we'll drag it down. And then we're going to auto sum these over here. And remember, part of this for the sake of the video because I already said it once, but remember that for each row, you can only have the red crew assigned 1 time. So out of all these rows, there's only going to be 1, 1. You're going to put a 1 in there. And then for each column, you can only have 1 crew per job, so there's only going to be 1, 1 in each row. So to accomplish that, we're going to first do a less than or equal to over here, and then drag it down. And then we're going to put in the number 1. And then usually it lets you drag that down.
And why are we less than equal to again?
Well, in this particular problem, you could do equals to. It would be fine. But there are other cases, maybe in sample other problems, where you have an option of not having anybody at all do one of the crews. So you get a less than or equal to is a good habit, and it doesn't hurt you if it's only going to be an equals to as well. So that's the reason, but you can put equals to here and it will work just fine. Okay, and then the equals there, and then we're going to put the number 1, drag it across. Okay, then down on 19, we're going to do total cost, which will be minimized, and we're going to do sum product like we have in our other problems. Sum product, open parentheses, highlight that block, comma, highlight that block. And notice that it's always highlighted what you've already put in, so you can double check it to look to make sure it's covering the right stuff. So this is highlight, the yellow cells are highlighted in green and these are highlighted in blue. You match them up, You hit enter, we'll color it red, then we'll go into solver. Make sure the red cell is set there. We're going to minimize cost, changing the yellow cells. We'll go to simplex. We're going to add these constraints for here. And then we'll do these. Okay. Solve. 162.